Good afternoon. I'm Janhvi Kanoria and I'm the Director of Innovation at Education Above All. Education Above All is a Qatar based foundation and we focus on helping the world's most marginalized achieve quality access to education. We work with over 10 million out of school and at risk children in 70 plus geographies internationally. The COVID induced school closures have been one of the toughest challenges that development educators have had to face. For the majority of EAA beneficiaries, the context on the ground is truly challenging. Imagine for a second that you lose your distance learning superpower. So, no internet and no technology. No access to online schools or edtech, no Zoom calls with teachers, no videos, and no games. Now imagine that you have no resources. So, no textbooks or books of any sort, and no educational toys or materials. Now, finally, imagine that the parent at home is semi literate and has to focus on earning a daily living and cannot be at home to support learning. This is why we have not been able to reach over 465 million children with any remote learning during the pandemic. So, if before the crisis, 1 in every 4 children was out of school, after this pandemic, that number could increase by another 20 million. And this does not take into consideration the severe learning deficit that will deepen. The consequences of this could be truly catastrophic, and solving for these contexts is not simple. When thinking about how we can reach these children, we decided to go back to the basics, project-based learning, which is a tried and tested way to have engaging, self-led and applied learning. We designed the Internet-Free Education Resource Bank, or IFERB. And today, we can conclusively say that learning can happen anywhere, no matter what the learner needs are. The bank has 100 plus projects suited for 3 age groups between 4 and 14 years and is loosely aligned to the learning outcomes across 5 major international curricula and is today available in 6 plus languages. Each project engages the learner for at least an hour a day over the course of the week. Its activities incrementally build their learning as they explore and play. What makes the projects really special is that they are designed for these learners. So they do not require any technology. They can be done with basic scrap materials which are available in any home. And they are mainly student-led, with provisions for remote teaching as well as parents and family members who can guide them from their own real-life experiences. We support our pilot partners in adapting and translating projects based on their needs and then work with them to regularly brainstorm operational challenges. Partners are really using whatever existing infrastructure that they have to reach their learners. So this could include phone calls, SMSs, radios, even WhatsApp. And whenever there's nothing available, they use community-based facilitators or volunteers and sometimes even loudspeakers. So each of these projects is designed for it to be easy to share through these multiple formats. Today, we have over 100 plus projects that are being constantly updated and being used by over 120,000 students across our pilots. And the really good news is that we have an 80% completion rate. Let me actually walk you through some examples of our project and also some early feedback from the ground. All our projects are designed to be engaging, so they are either related to real-life contexts, where the final outcome is something useful to the students, or they are projects that give them a new vocabulary of games, all of which promotes learning. A project like Jumping Math, which involves designing your own number line, a die, and a spinner at home, and then making up games that help students conceptually grasp mathematical functions while also doing some physical activity while playing with their family members or friends. What we see is that learners that were used to memorizing numerical functions are now being able to visualize them as they jump on blocks or stones or whatever it is that they've marked, sometimes with chalk, in their own villages. Alternatively, for our Shadow Play project, we experiment and learn about the characteristics of light and finally write and enact our own shadow puppet theatre. Students have been so creative with their own little skits, demonstrating their strong understanding of the principles of light and drama. Our projects that connect more closely to real-life contexts, such as designing house rules for COVID, that had learners understand and practice safety precautions and also take ownership for the safety protocols. Or the What's in the News project that has them design their own newspapers with primary and secondary research while they design the layout, making comic strips and crosswords, and understanding what news is all about. We are beginning to see some real progress on the ground. Engaged students who are proactively calling teachers for the project activities of the day, and teachers, many of whom were initially skeptical and resistant, are actually telling us that the results are unbelievable and that they will sustain this in their regular practice. So let me leave you with a real sense of possibility of making miracles happen. And come, let's listen to some of the voices from the ground.
I miss my teacher and school and friend, but my teacher and sent me project in this lockdown, from which I have learned a lot of things.
Good morning, teachers. My name is Suana Begum and I read in class 4C. Today I will going to tell you about the projects we done in the lockdown. There are many projects. There are very different types of projects like restaurant, COVID-19, waters, means of transport, pollution.
They have performed way beyond our imaginations, and truly this challenge they have turned into an opportunity with the help of the teachers, with the help of internet, and we have been able to reach those students as well, who could not afford internet and such resources due to their problems.
Do visit our website to see all our free projects and reach out to us to take this impact forward.